Hello geeks and she-geeks, I'm Flynn and welcome to another video. Could Star Wars Episode 9 save the franchise? Now I realize that's a bold statement. In fact, when I first asked myself that question, I wasn't even sure I believed it. But then I came up with a theory, and I believe it could actually help the franchise. Of course, we would have to put faith in the very creators that some of us have already lost faith in. Now, we've all heard the rumors that Star Wars Episode 9 might be released as two movies, a Part 1 and a Part 2. Now, I usually don't give much attention to rumors because rumors are just rumors. But it is not uncommon practice for big companies like Lucasfilms to leak rumors to sources they know will run with it. A lot of times they do it to get feedback, to see how people respond to an idea. Especially today, we live in a digital age and rumors can spread around the world in a matter of minutes. And the responses can come back even faster. So if this rumor is true, it's possible it could help save the Star Wars franchise, but it would all depend on J.J. Abrams taking advantage of the opportunity he has. When J.J. Abrams co-wrote The Force Awakens with screenwriter Lawrence Kasdan, he also wrote outlines for Episode 8 and Episode 9. And then, as we all know, Rian Johnson stepped in, took J.J.'s outline for Episode 8 and threw it out the window. He then reached into the trash and pulled out The Last Jedi and put that garbage on the big screen. But now Lucasfilms has tasked JJ to write the script for Episode 9, and they asked him to do it in a year and a half before the film is scheduled to release. Now, for some reason, it takes screenwriters 2 to 3 years to develop a script. Don't ask me why, that has always baffled me. A television series is written within a year's time, and normally they have anywhere from 10 to 24 episodes, which is equivalent to about 5 to 12 movies. Since JJ is needing to write his script rather quickly, he doesn't have time to come up with something new. But he does have his outline for Episode 9. Of course, the story for that idea probably doesn't make much sense now, considering his Episode 8 was never made. And I'm sure his version of Episode 8 did exactly what we all expected Episode 8 to be. It would pick up the plot lines from The Force Awakens and set up the plot lines for Episode 9. So how can he tell his version of Episode 9 without doing a major rewrite? All he has to do is split Episode 9 into two movies. Part 1, his version of Episode 8, and Part 2, his version of Episode 9. And that's it. And if he can do this correctly, he could possibly begin to fix the damage done to the franchise as well as the saga. Now, I know it might sound like a crazy idea to some of you, but let me remind you of another franchise that did something very similar, and that is the Fast and the Furious franchise. When the first movie came out, it was a big hit. Everybody loved Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. But when the second and third movies released, and Vin Diesel was not in them, people responded, and each movie did worse than the previous film. When Vin Diesel returned for the fourth movie, the franchise was reignited, and they are now currently working on the 9th film. Now, you don't need to see the second and third movies to enjoy the franchise. You can watch the first movie, then skip to the fourth, and the entire story works fine. So, if JJ does consider telling his versions of Episode 8 and 9, and he does it correctly, we could see the same thing as the Fast and the Furious franchise. We could watch The Force Awakens, and then skip straight to Episode 9, Part 1, and then Part 2. And hopefully have a story that continues, or at the very least follows the plot lines from The Force Awakens. Then we wouldn't ever have to watch The Last Jedi again. It would be just some side adventure, a lucid dream brought on by a food-induced coma. So who knows, maybe it all could be right in the Star Wars franchise again. But that would all rely on the person that some of us have lost faith in, J.J. Abrams. And that's it for me. Be sure to post your comments down below and I'll do my best to respond. If you like this video, then smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. And if you never want to miss a video, then ring that bell. And we'll see you next time.